Today we are checking out the Retroid Pocket 2 Plus, an update over the previous version of the Retroid Pocket. Inside of the box we don't find a lot. The Retroid Pocket itself, a USB-A to Type-C cable, and a quick user's guide that for some reason I don't seem to find where I left mine, and a screen protector if you want to place it in your device. It measures 15 by 8 by 2.5 centimeters with a weight of 194 grams. This is a size that I appreciate because you're going to be able to take it with you more easier, and as the name itself, you can fit it inside of your pocket. The display is a 3.5-inch 480p touchscreen with a 4:3 aspect ratio. That is great for retro gaming, especially for older consoles from the 8-bit and 16-bit era. Now let's take a look at the build quality of the device. The first thing that I see when I take it out of the box was that these buttons right here, the triggers from the ZR and ZL, they are a little bit sharp right here. Nothing really important. Now let's take a tour around the device. The display is a 3.5-inch 480p touchscreen with a 4:3 aspect ratio. That is great for retro gaming, especially for older consoles from the 8-bit and 16-bit era. On the left side right here, you're going to find the left analog stick. It has a good feel to it. I will really prefer if the travel was a little bit longer, but you can work with it. Now the D-pad feels really good. Let me take this right here. Yeah, it doesn't have so much of a click like the Super Nintendo controller, but feels really good. On the bottom of the screen, you're going to see the home, select and start button, and of course, two speaker grids. The sound is pretty clear, and for the size of the device, I think that it sounds really good and clear. On the right side of the device, you're going to find the right analog stick or slider mostly, and the 4 action buttons. Again, they have a pretty good feel to them. I will prefer them a little bit bigger, like the ones on the Super Nintendo controller, but I can understand that for the size of the device itself, that is going to work better like this. They also have a really good feel to them, a good click on them. Now, as you can see, the slider right here is a little bit lower as the left analog stick, and that is so you don't have interference of it when you want to press the actions buttons. It's not going to bother you at all. It's a really good design right there. On top, you're going to see the triggers. There are 4 of them. They are amazing, guys. The feel of the device is really good. I really enjoy it. And you're also going to find the power button, the volume buttons right here. It's more like a rocker. The USB Type-C connection that is going to be for charging the device and also transferring file from and to your system. Right here is a micro HDMI connection. I will prefer if they have used a full-size HDMI port, but for the size of the device it's okay. You can use this right here for connect this device into a big screen if you want to play it in a big TV, for example, or also if you want to live stream or record your gameplay with this. You can connect it into your PC and record from there your gameplay. In the bottom, you're going to see a 3.5mm audio jack, and under this rubber part right here is the micro SD slot. I would recommend you guys that you find a good brand and a big capacity one so you can have more games into the device. Now it's worth to mention that the Retroid Pocket 2 Plus come with 5 different colors. 16-bit, that is the one that I have right here, but you also have retro with an NES color scheme, orange, indigo and black. Of course, as almost every of these consoles, retro consoles, this doesn't come with any games included. So you're going to have to dump your original games into your PC and then download it into your RetroPie, or I don't know, maybe find them in internet somewhere. On the inside of the Pocket 2 Plus, we have a quad-core Tiger T310 processor, a PowerVR GE 8300 GPU, 2 GB of LPDDR4X memory, an internal capacity of 32 GB, Wi-Fi 2.4 and 5 GB, and a 4000 mAh battery. The battery life will really depend on the use that you make of the device and of course of the games and emulators that you want to run on. In my case, the battery lasts around 4 to 5 hours of game. Now the Pocket 2 Plus is running Android 9, and this comes with the Google Play Store, so you are not only limited to play your retro games. You can also download games from the Google Play Store and install it into your device. But of course, you have to consider that you have a smaller screen with lower resolution and you have to make sure that the games are compatible with using a controller. If not, you're going to have to use the touchscreen, and with a small size, I will not really recommend it. You can choose to use the custom Retroid launcher or to use a basic Android launcher, but I recommend you guys that you use the launcher. Now let's talk about emulation. The main application that you are going to use here is RetroArch, that you can download a bunch of different cores to emulate almost everything pre-PlayStation era. And for more modern systems, you also have another emulators. For example, to play games of the Nintendo 3DS, PSP, Dreamcast, and more. But don't worry, because thanks to the custom launcher, you are not going to need to close an application to change the system. All the games will be done in there. The older systems like NES, SNES, Game Boy Advance, and previous, they all run beautiful, with no problems at all. The resolution is perfect for them, and the input lag is minimal to non-existing. Now, let's see more modern consoles. The Sega Dreamcast runs great in most titles that I tested, but some of the light tweaks that you can improve them even more. On the 3DS, the basic games should run fine, but you're going to see that more advanced games it will generally struggle and they're going to be unplayable. The PSP emulation is very good with almost all the games that I tried running at a full speed and maintaining 30 FPS. The Nintendo 64, of course, is a dream on the Retroid Pocket 2 Plus. Everything that I have thrown at it was able to run it without any problem at all. Wii and GameCube games are going to be able to run, but guys, to be honest, they aren't playable at all. The frames dip way too much and the lag is greater. Now, if you do some tweaks into them, you're going to be probably able to play some of them a little bit better, but this machine is not powerful enough for those games. PlayStation 2 emulator. And at the moment of my testing, because of the system capabilities or because of the emulator being still on beta, most of the games that I have tried, it was really rough. And the ones that work, you are going to need to tweak a lot of settings to be able to make them even a little bit playable. Another system that runs smoothly on the Retroid Pocket 2 Plus are the Nintendo DS, Sega Saturn, and the PlayStation 1. The games look amazing and they run like butter. Now, I think that for the price of only $99 is the best entry-level handheld that you can purchase right now, especially thinking that this small device is capable of emulating games from systems like PSP, Dreamcast, and PlayStation that normally you will need to have a more expensive device to buy it. So this makes a really easy choice to purchase the device and to recommend the guide for you. So guys, if you want to be able to play your retro games in the sofa, in the bed, or anywhere that you go, this is the system for you. Thanks for watching, my friends, and like always, see you on the next time. Bye bye.